You just want people to know who you are because eventually money's going to find its way to you. So you need to be thinking about that, and you need to be talking to your folks about this. Here's what we need to be doing. Who do we have coming in here today? Julia. Hello. Van says we're live everywhere. Good morning. Happy New Year again to every single person that's watching this. As always on the morning grind, we start out the day with being thankful for something. I'm going to tell you what I'm thankful for right now. I'm thankful that I've got a wife that we like to do things together that improves our life. We're doing the 75 hard challenge for the 30 days because that is a challenge. Correct, Josh? Is it phase 2? Because we've already done the first one for 75 days. I went 75 days without drinking any alcohol. I did 75 days of 2 workouts a day. That meant 1 inside, and I was doing 1 outside. Last night it was cold. We just walked for 45 minutes, but my body was tired. My hips, my knees, my calves. I mean, it sucked. I was bundled up. But you know, whenever you have somebody, what are you eating, Rima? What are you doing, bowl of pickles? I'm trying to help my digestive system. Is that right? You got to go big potty. Remy needs some pickles. Good morning, Cecilia, Drew, cousin Noah, Liliana. Thank y'all for getting on here. So I'm very thankful that me and my wife, Brittany Renee, get together and we do these things that are very challenging because, to be honest, I'd probably done given up on day 2. I'm ready to drink right now. Are you, Josh? It's okay. Are you going to have any alcohol whenever you go down there to Miami? Why not?
Because I'm there for a different reason.
You'll be drinking.
Yeah, I'll be drunk. Every day. I'm going
to Every day. Congratulations to Zena. I saw she made the Dean's List. Congratulations. Now, is Dean's List all A's, or is it like, what is the Dean's List? Well, what's her GPA?
3.97.
That's crazy.
Damn, how did a dumb guy attract a smart girl?
You gotta have game.
How did that happen? Because have you ever had a 3.9
Hell, I
something?
dream of 3.9.
You had a 0.7 something GPA, which
1.7.
Which brings us to the show topic. If you're on here, do me a favor, like, comment, and share this stream. So let's take Josh's girlfriend. Her name is Zena. Zena, is she 20 yet?
Yep.
She's 20 years old. She's obviously holding herself to a high standard. Today's show topic, or what standards do you want to be held to? What is it that you allow me to hold you accountable for? Zena probably doesn't need accountable people, does she? No. Now tell me like her habits, her behaviors. And we didn't update that board. That bothers me. Oh, so I guess we could just now update it. Okay. I'm a month ahead of everybody. I apologize. What is it like to witness her commitment, her behaviors? Tell me what you see.
She's extremely strict. Like, she's always eating the right thing. She's always getting up early, going to work out. But I feel like if it doesn't happen, she's pissed off at me.
Because you could help her out, couldn't you? Yeah. See, people that don't like to be held, people that have high standards for themselves really want to be around people that also have high standards for themselves. I was bragging about Josh whenever I was teaching the class over there. People see Josh today as a very serious, very focused, very driven individual. That's what you were saying yesterday, right? Well, I know the Josh that got here that was like just a goofball, weren't you? He didn't take things serious. He didn't take himself serious. He didn't really focus on this life that he wanted. But somewhere along the line, Josh had this shift in what he would hold himself accountable to. What are you holding yourself accountable to today, Josh?
50 calls.
Well, excuse me, let me ask that better. In your life today, not just today, but in your current state, what are things you're holding yourself accountable to? Your health.
Yeah. Health.
What does that look like?
Strict diet, working out, strict workout process, not going out and drinking every night, not doing.
Now, do you ever feel like you're missing out on a lot of fun?
Yes, all the time.
See, I made this comment yesterday. Whenever you commit to something, your life gets a lot harder, but when you keep those commitments, your life gets a lot easier. See, your life, as you get older and you continue these commitments, your life's going to be easier. I don't know if any of y'all here have ever been as broke as I was at 35 years old. I mean, broke. So broke. This is when your life gets hard, whenever you don't commit to things. I remember going to my friend's house and getting change. I had like $3.51 and I went to Taco Bell. And I'm telling you, I was happy. I was so happy in that moment that I could eat that shitty food, pardon my language, Mila. I was so happy that I could scrounge up $3.51. What kind of life is that? Is that an easy life or a hard life? People might say, well, it was only $3.51. Do you know how hard it was for me to get $3.51 back then? Now, yeah, it was. I mean, that was all the money. It wasn't even my money. I had to go borrow from somebody. How much pride do you think I had going over to friends? Hey, you got any money? I could just go get something to eat. Well, hey, I don't, because back then, well, I guess still, how often do people have cash? They didn't have cash, but I do have some change. I'll give you all my change. Okay, let's count it out. We counted it out together. Pitiful. That's pitiful. So, what kind of standard was I holding myself to? What was that looking like? Because that was the result, but after the standard that I wouldn't hold myself to. See, you're gonna have these situations in your life afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Today, Josh will come in. What time did you wake up this morning?
4:30.
4:30. What time did you wake up yesterday?
4:30.
What time did you wake up on Thursday of last week?
4:30.
How often is it 4:30?
Every day.
Okay. So then what does your day look like?
I go to the gym. I go home.
Yep.
I get ready. And I get here at 8.
Every day. She's like a robot. It's very robotic. And I was telling the people this yesterday, and I told you this yesterday. Success gets extremely boring. It's very boring and it's very repetitive. And here's how you become more successful is you get great at doing these things. And the next thing you know, somebody's like, well, man, I want to be a part of what you're doing. And you attract people. And that's how you start to get bigger is you keep doing the same things, but you got more people doing it. Does that make sense? So whenever people try to hold you to a standard, how do you respond? How does that make you feel? If you're a high achiever like you and Zena, it doesn't bother y'all that each other is doing it. Now, Zena probably feels like, you don't have to tell me to do this stuff because I'm holding myself accountable. Yeah. But at first, I really couldn't hold myself accountable to things. I needed somebody else to come into my life to where I don't want to let this person down. I don't want to look bad. So I had to kind of grow into that. But if you can learn how to hold yourself accountable to these things that you don't want to do, because you usually don't want to do this. It's usually no fun. Talking to you yesterday, Liliana is, when she walked in here, I'm like, man, this girl is extremely shy. How is she going to be able to get on that phone and call those people up and they're going to hang up on her and they're going to yell at her? And I think every single day she probably comes in here, she doesn't look forward to it. Do you? It's okay. It's okay to say, I don't look forward to doing that. But what's not okay is to let yourself down. How often do you come in here and you make those calls?
Every day.
Every day. Now, when you leave, do you feel like your courage is growing?
Yes.
I think it is. I can definitely see you are growing out of your shell. Maybe it was just you didn't like us around here, but now you're more comfortable. But I can see that you're growing into something that's much more secure and speaking out. You're picking up to things. I don't think your problem was ever you're scared to talk. I think your thing was I don't really know what to say. Your thing, man, you came in here. Noah's got a unique ability where he can read or hear something one time and it just sticks to him. Me and you, Josh, we don't have that problem. The reason why I'm bringing these things up is the reason why this has happened was because there was a standard put in place before y'all got here. There were people holding others accountable before everybody got here, when it was just me and Josh, and then Drew came along, and every day they would come in here and they just started calling. They would call. And now, since you've done that for so long, it's a lot easier for you to get other people on board and hold them accountable. Who do we have? That's old Joe Rich out there. So if you're trying to change your life, if you want to get to another level, it's just not about what you do. Everything starts to grow when you hold yourself accountable. I made a shift with Van about 2 years ago whenever I started holding myself accountable for money. We used to not have CSU where I could go in there and look at, well, how much money did we spend on the business this month? I had no idea. I didn't even really know how much we made. I just would look at how much money was in the bank. The more you account for things, the more, I can guarantee this. What you hold yourself accountable to and you pay attention will improve. That is something it took me until the last year and a half to understand this. I don't know why, because people have always told me, man, you got to know your numbers. I didn't understand that. Why do I have to know my numbers? All I got to do is continue to sell. But something in your brain, whenever you're looking at something and you're paying attention to all these things, it first off holds you accountable. And then whenever you see it, you improve it. Whenever I got this app on my watch back when me, Noah, and Josh were running, it's called Map My Run. Has anybody ever heard of it? So if I didn't have this in there, my 3 mile time, my 5K time, it wouldn't be near as fast. You know what I'm saying? But I got that Map My Run, and the whole time I'm running, it's telling me what my time is. I improved several minutes off that 5K just because I was watching it the whole time. Does that make sense to you? The same thing will apply in your life, in your business, in your finance, in your health. What are you willing to have accountability over you? What are you willing? Too often, we don't want that. We don't think about that. We don't consider, and we don't know how much accountability helps you grow. Every day, the big brother's watching you. Do you know that? When you go home, I'm watching you. We got a chip in you. Didn't even tell you that. Did we put it in your phone the other day? Just kidding. But whenever you're there, we always know how many calls you make. We ask you. I already know how many you've made before I ask you. And I'm teaching you to hold yourself accountable, because once you do this, I guarantee you you're going to have the biggest jumps you've ever had in your life as far as improvement. What are you thinking about right now, Josh?
I was looking at Joe Rich's shoes.
What did you think about them?
Nice. White.
I thought you were going to have something very profound to say, and you pulled a sling blade on me. French fried taters or mustard. I thought you were about to say something profound, and you're thinking about Joe Rich's shoes. Congratulations, Josh. So I was thinking about this topic yesterday with Van, and accountability is really what started changing my life. Putting, like, every single day, I've talked with most of the people in here. Haven't talked to you or those other guys back there. But I want you to set this goal in your mind, and then I want you to apply these targets that you got to hit every day, and that's the accountable standard that I'm talking to. Are you willing to hold yourself accountable for the life that you want, or that big dream, those big goals? Only you can accept this. Have a great day. Shut us down, Veen Grafton.